If you are looking for bets for UFC 324, you have come to the right place. How we doing, everybody? My name is Young Pasty, aka the White Boy Wonder. You see it on the shirt. And I am here today to give you all of my official bets for UFC 324. I got 5 bangers coming your way today. Absolutely free. No fluff, no BS. Let's get into this, guys. All right? My 5 official bets for UFC 324. We sort these in confidence. So bet number 1 is always my most confident play of the week. And then we roll on down from there. So let's get to it. Bet number 1 for UFC 324. My most confident play of the week. A little 2-pick parlay. All right, both of these fighters are going to get the job done for us. Natalia Silva and Paddy the Baddie. Minus 128. We're putting 3 units on it. Yes, we are starting this year off with a bang. This one's slapping for us, guys. Bet number 1. Let's go into each fighter. Natalia Silva going up against Thug Rose. I like Thug Rose. I've backed her in the past, but this is not her fight, man. Natalia Silva keeps rising up in the rankings. Honestly, she's fighting down now. She's fighting down now in the rankings, fighting Rose here. But we all know her game. And if you don't, let me explain it to you. Natalia Silva just dances around the octagon, in and out with her shots. Very defensively sound. Avoids any sort of takedown or KO threat. Really good cardio. People just chase Natalia Silva. They are never able to track her down, never able to get good shots in. So, Natalia Silva is definitely going to take this. Will it be competitive at times? I think so. Maybe a 29-28. More than likely a 30-27 on most of the judges' scorecards because, again, Natalia Silva, same song and dance every single fight. Dances around the octagon, avoids all the shots from her opponents, and then she's in and out with her strikes. So she's again, very defensively sound, does not take a lot of strikes on her end, and beats people up on their end because they just can't catch her. So that's Natalia Silva. And then Paddy the freaking Baddie. Okay? He's meant to win this fight. He is. He's got beef with Ilya. Ilya is the champion. He's sitting out right now because of all his drama, right? So when Paddy wins this fight, because he will face off against Ilya for the actual belt. It's just the writing's on the walls, guys. The writing is on the wall. The UFC wants this to happen. Paddy needs to win this fight, and he will win this fight. All his fights in the UFC really have been tailored for him to win. And, Gaethje, tail end of his career, brutally knocked out a few years ago, not really very good against grapplers or jiu-jitsu guys, which Paddy's a really good grappler. Paddy has elite jiu-jitsu compared to Gaethje. And everyone's sleeping on Paddy's striking, but if you look at it from fight to fight to fight, it just keeps getting better and better and better. Is it at the level of Justin Gaethje for him to have a pure striking match for 5 rounds? No, I don't think so. He needs to mix in the wrestling and the takedowns and the grappling, and he has to have all those aspects to his game to really inflict solid damage. If he's just sitting on the feet with Gaethje, probably not going to go too well for him. So, but I don't see Gaethje avoiding any of the takedowns coming from Paddy. Paddy is cut, dude. He's buff. He's huge. I don't know if you've seen him, but he's shredded right now, guys. And Gaethje, a little small for this division. I think, Paddy he's one of my boys. And if you're one of my boys, I don't pick or bet against you. So, 2-pick parlay. Natalia Silva, Paddy the Baddie, Pimblett, minus 128. We're putting 3 units on it. That is bet number 1 of the week, my most confident play of the week. Let's go. All right, next bet number 2. But before we get into it, please, if you guys are new around here or if you have not, click that subscribe button for me. We are on the road to 400 subscribers. That is my goal here next for 2026. So do me a favor, if you could, please click that subscribe button. Bet number 2. We are rolling with Modestas Bukauskas, minus 135. We're putting 2 units on it. He's going up against Nikita Krylov, who, at this point in his career, he's washed, bro. The chin is gone. Like, that long layoff Krylov had, all the injuries, he really just hasn't looked like the same Krylov that we've seen in the past. That fight with Dominic Reyes, that fight with Guskov, knocked out pretty bad in those 2 fights here, and I see it again, guys. I see it again. Modestas Bukauskas is going to knock out Nikita Krylov. He's training with Aspinall. He's training in a good gym. He's been improving from fight to fight to fight. 4-fight win streak here in the UFC since coming back. Getting kicked out and having to come back and crawl his way into here in the UFC. He's getting a ranked fight. I think he's going to take advantage of it, dude. The chin's gone for Krylov. Monty B just has to find the shot. Really. I mean, and it's going to happen. First, second round. If we're heading into the third round here, he might just be beating him up for 3 rounds. But nevertheless, I don't trust Krylov's game at all whatsoever. What we've seen from him in these past few fights. I'm going to roll with my boy, Modestas Bukauskas, at -135. 2 units. That is bet number 2 of the week. Let's go. All right, moving on to bet number 3. All you OGs know what bet number 3 is. The 3-pick parlay of the week. It's back for 2026. We find 3 good legs. We put them all together to get a solid number. Bet number 3 hits at a very high rate. I think we were at like 65-70% last year for bet number 3. So, bet number 3 is generally something that we hit. So let's get to it. The 3-pick parlay of the week. Look who we got. Ateba, Gaethje, Umar Nurmagomedov, John Silva. -156. We're putting 1.6 units on it. Looking at it, honestly, we're just adding Ateba and Umar to get that number down on John Silva, because Ateba Gaethje going up against Andre Pulyaev. I mean, have you guys seen Ateba Gaethje? Look at him. Dude's jacked. He's a freak of nature. He's obviously going to get a KO. It's going to come early, and it's going to be impressive. It's going to be added to the highlight reel. Umar Nurmagomedov going up against Davison Figueiredo, a.k.a. Figgy. I mean, Umar fighting down in ranks. Umar, is it true bantamweight? Figgy's old. I mean, Umar's just going to do what he does best. Get people to the ground, hold them there for 3 rounds. 30-27 decision. He's like -1,400 for a reason, right? And then lastly, John Silva going up against Arnold Allen. I think this is a good matchup for him here, guys, because Arnold Allen a little bit hittable, coming off a long layoff here, and he really hasn't fought like killers like John Silva, right? Like his last fight versus Giga Chikadze, 29-28, where Giga was sitting up there thinking he actually, had a chance to win the fight, and looked surprised that he didn't. Like, it was a competitive fight, and we've seen how Giga Chikadze looks, and I know that this is just kind of, off of recent fights here, but he really hasn't looked that good. And Arnold Allen, a little stiff, a little hesitant at times, can be a little bit low volume, is a tough, gritty guy. Will pressure you, will get in your face, but we've seen him at times get picked apart. And with John Silva, he's just electric, dude. He's elusive with the striking. His movement's really solid. And he got power in the hands, bro. He got power in the hands. Arnold Allen hasn't seen power like John Silva. These fighting nerds, bro. There's something different, right? I think John Silva learned from his Diego Lopez fight. I think he's gonna, take that as fuel to the fire, and end up getting the win here, rising up in the rankings once again. So, 3-pick parlay of the week: Ateba, Umar, John Silva. -156. We're putting 1.6 units on it. That's the 3-pick parlay of the week. Let's go. Alrighty, moving on to bet number 4 here. I call this the you guys should win parlay. Josh Hokit, Sean O'Malley. +116. We're putting 1 unit on it. Josh Hokit going up against Denzel Freeman. Bro, Denzel Freeman looked like crap in his last fight against somebody who arguably is a fraud. We really haven't seen him tested too much as that Bulaji guy. Like, he was fighting some nobodies with, they really padded his record. Like, I really don't know about his opponent. Denzel Freeman barely kind of won that fight and looked awful doing it. Like, that was one of the most boring fights ever. But hesitant, lackluster, low volume, bad cardio. Like, it didn't look too good, right? And then we see Josh Hokit's previous fight here. Dude came out blazing, right? High volume, power in the hands, pressuring. I think Josh Hokit's going to take over this fight. I think he's going to lay out Denzel Freeman. He's like 7 years younger than Denzel Freeman. Freeman's in his, almost mid-30s here, So Josh Hokit, heavyweight prospect, coming out of Dana White Contender Series, former football player. I think he's got it here, guys. And it's hard for me to go against my Colorado Springs guys. Shout out to Denzel Freeman, but you got a tough task on your hands going up against Josh Hokit. Next, Sean O'Malley going up against Song Yadong O'Malley. This, if the UFC was ever going to give you a bounce back spot, this is it, because Song Yadong is dang hittable. We've seen him lose to like Corey Sandhagen, other kind of strikers like this. He really hasn't fought the higher upper echelon people in the UFC, right? I think Corey Sandhagen maybe was his best fight here in recent times, but even his last fight versus Henry Cejudo, it was like a competitive fight at times. I mean, he was winning, but like Henry Cejudo's aged. Like it's just not a good look to kind of have that competitive of a fight against Henry Cejudo, who just got his butt whooped in the last fight versus Peyton Talbot there. Peyton Talbot versus O'Malley. Ooh. Future fight. That'd be really good. But anyway, I think Sean O'Malley is going to be able to strike from range, from distance, use his reach advantage and the big octagon and get a good bounce back spot here. I know like he hasn't really been motivated to win fights. All his interviews and his body language and his tone really kind of just seem a little bit like negative and not the best positive outlook. So I'll tell you right now, if O'Malley loses this fight, might be one of the last times you see my money on him. So the should win parlay, Josh Hokit, O'Malley, plus 116. We're putting one unit on it. That's bet number 4 of the week. Let's go. Okay, moving on to bet number 5, the last bet of the week. And guys, I had to do it. Something was just telling me you need to bet on this guy this week. I got a feeling Pretty Ricky is going to win this fight versus Cameron Smotherman. Give me Ricky Turcios, plus 164. We're putting 0.5 units on it now. Again, it's bet number 5. It's only half a unit. There's a reason why we're all the way down here in the most least confident bet of the week. But I got a feeling, man, Cameron Smotherman really isn't like UFC material in my opinion. He's tough. He can last in there. But he doesn't throw out enough volume, and he's just like the movement's stiff. I don't like it at all. That last fight versus Ricky Simone did not look good at all whatsoever. Is he going to be able to wrestle up Ricky Turcios, Cameron Smotherman? No. I mean, I think he's really relying on a power shot. He's always kind of looking for that one shot, and I think Ricky Turcios is just going to do more in the fight. I really do. He throws out a lot of volume. He's very energetic. He's a weird kind of fighter in the octagon, but he's always constantly doing something. And I think he's just going to throw out more strikes and do more in the judge's eyes and win rounds that way. And look, I'm a little degenerate, guys. I got a little sprinkle on Ricky Turcios by split decision at 11-1. I had to do it. But not on the official bet. So I'm not sitting here and telling you guys to go do that. It's just a little sprinkle. Right? $5-10, you know what I mean? Hey, at 11-1, you know what I mean? Why not? But yeah, I think Ricky Turcios can win this fight for us, guys. Plus 164, I think it's good value. I think that we're going to see that number lower, maybe go plus 140-ish come fight time. But I don't think either of these guys really are UFC material. That's why they're kind of going up against each other. Who's going to stay in the UFC if they do? But give me Pretty Ricky. Give me by split decision, 11-1. But we'll bet number 5 is just the money line, plus 164. For all you degenerates that want to tell me on the 11-1 split decision Ricky Turcios, that's up to you. So, but that's bet number 5 of the week. Let's go. All right, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bets absolutely free that I gave to you guys here today. Those are all my official bets for UFC 324. Thank you so much if you made it this far in the video. If you're new, again, please click that subscribe button. Or if you just haven't clicked the subscribe button yet, what are you doing? Click it for me. Secondly, my Patreon is free. Links in the description down there. That's where I put all my bets out when I place them. I put these bets in earlier in the week. Okay, you're going to see these odds. A lot of times these odds in the videos are going to be, when you actually go to put them in, they're going to be worse than what you see on the screen because, I put these bets in earlier in the week. So hop on the Patreon train. It's free. Links in the description. You get all the notifications when my bets actually come out. That way you can go in and place them if you want to too, okay? We get good numbers around here. We don't wait till 2 minutes before fight time to make a decision, okay? So let's make this first fight week a good one. It's my freaking birthday weekend, okay? So we have to make it a good one, okay? This has to be a good weekend, all right? So, Young Pasty, the White Boy Wonder, out. Let's go.